hold up. No, it didn't start. Yay, it started. The podcast time. We're doing the gaming side. So, how about you assholes introduce yourselves? You know, as my merry sailor scouts.
No.
That's Galactic. He's sailor gay.
No.
I'm Darkwave.
Nah, he's my sailor scout. He's sailor booty hole. Anywho,
Wow.
yeah, of course I'm joined by Galactic and Darkwave today, as usual, because Galactic doesn't want to introduce himself properly.
That's okay.
All right, let me stop ribbing you. Anywho, today we have some stuff to talk about in the gaming world. I believe you had something you needed to say, Mr. Galactic. If you could bring up that first topic.
Yeah, so apparently Apple and Epic Games have gotten to a lawsuit. So what's happening is, for people that don't know, is apparently the other day, I think yesterday or maybe 2 days ago, Epic Games on the mobile version of Fortnite, they added an option where players can pay on, it's like a microtransaction, I think, but the money would go directly to Epic Games, and you know that's a big no-no, because they get 30% cut. Apple. And they did the same thing on Google Play Store, but apparently Apple, or they're deciding to sue Apple. I guess they might come to Google with a lawsuit later, but that's besides the point. So Fortnite, if you go on the App Store right now, they're kicking, or it's been banned off the App Store. Both Google and Apple took it down, and Epic is suing.
Oh my goodness! That
because it violates the terms of being on the App Store. You can't have a product that someone buys from you and then the store doesn't get 30% cut. And Epic apparently wants 15% cut, but Apple's not trying to let that happen, because if they give Epic 15, then everybody has to get 15.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and 30 is the standard on PlayStation and Nintendo and Xbox. So would they come at those guys with the same thing? Like, I don't know. 30 is the standard from what I am picking up. Like, everyone takes a 30% cut. So,
I mean, that's actually correct, but now my question is, why are they bitching about getting less of a cut on their game?
why is Apple bitching about getting less of a cut?
Yeah.
Because if they give... First off, I mean, you got to put it in perspective, like, oh, if PlayStation, Microsoft, and everywhere else is taking 30, I'm going to do 30 too. And then there's also, we have all these other developers on the App Store. What if they want 15 now? You know how much money we're losing? You know, it's always a money thing.
Yeah. That makes sense. But, like, I'm like, Apple, it's okay. You can. I don't think you really need to get more money because you're already rich as fuck. It just doesn't add up to me, man. It just seems like Apple's being a little greedy.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they're going in the area of fairness because they already have a bunch of developers on the App Store. And, you know, to have one company get 15% is not really fair. What everyone else is having to, like, you know, get 30.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes complete sense. But,
all about that money. Yeah.
Speaking of money, I just found a Death Stranding collector's edition for $300, and yeah, that ain't worth it. That game is too shitty.
What you mean, man? That's the best game of the year, man.
That was literally my shittiest game of 2019 because it was just so stupid. But speaking of money, how many guys remember the what was the name of that? The $600 jacket from Resident Evil.
The Leon jacket?
Yes.
I would buy that jacket, no regrets.
$600 for a game and a jacket, bro.
Yeah, man. It's like, nah.
What else happened?
I mean,
there were multiple controversies that we've gone through on this channel. I'm just trying to remember any of them. We did the Leon jacket was like $600, which is fucking funny. What else was an expensive nonsense purchase that people, if they made, you would probably call them foolishness? It was something else. Whatever. If we remember, we'll remember. Well, now there's a $300 skin in Valorant. And if you fully upgrade it, it's a total of about $300.
There's a $300 skin in Valorant for what?
A gun.
First off, didn't they already get in trouble because that game has like malware with it or whatever?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
And they said we want to add insult to injury, so let's go ahead and add a skin that is expensive. That is as bad as the Culling 2 and pay the pay for
$300 for a skin. Like, what is the skin? Like, what is it?
Dragon skin. It looks cool, but is it worth $300? You
is the skin
does it automatically make me win?
Bill Gates or something?
No, it's a digital skin, Chief.
Is it a digital skin with Bill Gates' signature on it?
No.
Oh. So what the hell?
I guess we will never know how dumb the gaming industry can get, as we all been through a national share of the gaming industry's stupidity, like the Game Gear Minis, as Darkwave protested was one of the dumbest things Sega's ever done, and I believe the Culling 2 and paying per game in a battle royale game per day. I believe this will join them as some of the dumbest things we've heard.
I don't think it's that bad. It's just dumb that they thought people would actually go for it, because the game's actually free to play. So I'm like, it's not that bad at the end of the day. But the fact that they thought people were dumb enough to purchase this is like a slap to the face, in my opinion. Like, no one's gonna buy a $300 skin, even if your game is free to play. That's just unreasonable.
No skin is worth $300.
There is nothing in this world.
Clean and pay my goddamn money.
Yeah, you better automatically fucking win the match if I put it on. As soon as you put it on, win the match, done.
Yeah, like especially if there's no benefits that come with purchasing it for $300. Like, I don't understand what the thought process is there.
But now, let's move on to what I really wanted to talk about, because I know we're all wrestling fans in here. Are we all wrestling fans? It's sure to say. Who here is getting that WWE 2K Battlegrounds?
You?
No.
Not me. It looks like to me it looked like a worse version of what's that one that came out on a while ago?
2K,
like All Stars.
Oh shit, it does.
It looks like a worse version of that.
Yeah, it looks like a shittier version of All Stars. But they came out with features the other day, and I wanted to go over them. As you can see, I'm on the website. I mean, why did I say as you can see? You can't see this. So it says, Brawl Without Limits. The world of WWE is your battleground with all new over-the-top, in-your-face arcade action.
Okay.
And it says over-the-top action featuring 70 WWE superstars and legends. Take your favorites to battle, blah, 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 exchange, unhinged. And then they have Roman Reigns and John Cena about to punch each other. Like, that I really wanted to see that nonsense.
Okay.
They got loads of got loads of match types. Wage war in a variety of favorite match types with fun twists, including Steel Cage, Royal Rumble, Fatal 4-Way, and Battlegrounds Challenge. Battle with friends and online or co-op on the couch or whatever the fuck this is. Pre-order now. Includes a pre-order for Edge.
Pre-order bonus.
Yep, and the deluxe edition comes with Edge and a bonus pack that comes with Steve Austin from the Attitude Era, The Rock, and Ronda Rousey, and 1,100 in currency.
You will be buying it day one release, sir. I know you will.
Here's why I said I'm not going to do it. Now, here's why. When I see The Undertaker looking like an idiot, I think I think the gameplay speaks for itself on how bad it's going to be. Like, do I really need to tell you how bad the game looks right now?
It looks bad, but you're still gonna buy it, man.
I ain't buying this shit.
How much is the game?
It's
Probably gonna be $60 if I haven't got it.
no, it looks cheaper than that.
No, it's not going to be a $60 game. This game is only being made because they can't put out a WWE 2K game.
Yeah, because the last one was complete and utter garbage.
The last one was bad, and their team quit on them, and then COVID.
Oh man, my drink froze again. Yeah, it's Oh yeah, the roster still sucks. But I mean, that's just me. I'm not, It's $39.99. All right, and the deluxe edition is $49.99. All right.
Should be.
Yeah,
It should be free to PS Plus.
It should be free to PS Plus. If it was free to PS Plus, I would review it. But considering that I don't want my system to spit a disc out at me, I'm gonna stay out of this one. So my prediction for this, right, is the Switch version is gonna be trash, and the console versions are going to be fucking better.
I don't see the Switch version being bad. It's not like this is a totally graphically taxing game. The Switch. I think the Switch can handle this type of game.
Well, the last 2K game that came out on the Switch was it was terrible. It was literally garbage.
Which, I mean, that's fair, but that was a full-blown WWE game that they tried to stuff graphics into, and then weren't there development problems with the last one?
There were development problems with the last 5.
Yeah, so...
yeah, they haven't made a good game in years.
I can see why it wouldn't be successful on the Switch.
Anywho, how many of us like Def Jam?
I've heard of.
You mean Def Jam Fight for New York, the best in the series?
Yes, Def Jam Fight for New York. But when I say Fight for New York, I mean Icons, man. Icons was the best in the series.
No, it wasn't.
Hey, Darkwave. Tell me why Icons was not the best in this.
I've only ever heard of it.
It was fucking garbage. What?
Yo, Icons was so iconic with his 2v2 battles and the music thing and the record player that I can't keep this up. The game was fucking garbage and it was boring.
You gotta say, never heard of that one.
Icon was so bad that it got erased from history because people don't want to remember that piece of shit game. With half the roster,
the boombox to do stupid shit.
Yeah, and not even the same type of fighting mechanics. It was fucking a boxing game.
I don't even think you can create your character like any other ones either.
Nope.
I've heard a rumor recently that Def Jam's coming back. Is this what's happening?
Yeah, they said they're teasing a new game or teasing something. Hopefully, they tease.
How about it just be a remaster of Fight for New York?
Please be a remaster.
Please be a remaster.
I don't want to have a fighting game with 6ix9ine in it, bro.
Oh my god, I'll beat the shit out of 6ix9ine on purpose. Just stomp on them the whole time.
His finisher is going to start with him saying "stupid," and then he gets the judge and starts snitching on you.
That actually would be, kind of his thing. Get the judge, snitch on you, and just start, like the whole joke would be like his court date when he starts talking about everything, all the other rappers on the roster, and it would be like KO, and then your character would just end up in jail. That man was fucking terrible for that. But let's not get into the goddamn rapping industry because I think it's genuinely a terrible thing right now. But yeah. But also going on in the gaming industry, apparently the EA executive is overpaid, and the shareholders don't like that. The shit to me is kind of funny, because it's like, yo, this man is rich, he's barely getting paid. I mean, he's getting paid a lot of money, and even the shareholders are like, bruh, you're getting paid way too too much money for this. What are you doing right now, son? What are you doing? Give me a second. Wait, what were you saying?
He's getting how much money for doing what now? Because what's the last EA game that was a big success?
Star Wars.
How long ago was that?
A year and a half ago.
And didn't it flop from launch and then get rebuilt to something good?
No, I mean
Jedi Falling Order.
Yeah,
forgot about that one.
I mean, Battlefront 2 was not a success. They fucked up, and they know they fucked up. Hence why we're not getting another Battlefront right now. We're getting what's it called? Squadront.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's buying that?
I'll keep my eyes on it. I ain't buying it.
Yeah, no one's buying that shit.
When is that coming out anyway?
I have no idea, and I don't really care. Anthem. Have you seen the new stuff on Anthem? Anybody?
I've heard them talk about it.
You've heard them talk about it. What do you feel, Darkwave? I know you've played more of that game. What do you feel about that shit?
Well, I played some recently. I mean, everything they're trying to do is literally what Destiny's doing. So, I mean, if that's what they want to go, if that's the direction they want to go, then I think it's too little too late at this point. But
they did call themselves the Destiny Killers, so
yeah, I mean, they kind of deserve it. They kind of deserve, Destiny going, and another one bites the dust.
Yeah, because every game that says that so far has been.
It's the Destiny killer, and then it ends up worse than Destiny, and then people go, "I'll just go back and play Destiny." Especially fucking Division 2. Division 2 is not the Destiny killer. I like the Division 2. I like it more than Destiny in certain aspects, but Destiny killer, no. I'd rather just go back and play Destiny.
It shouldn't be that hard to kill Destiny either.
It's not really that hard. You just gotta have a story, and you automatically win. Just have a fucking story. Like, Jesus Christ.
And I find it funny that everybody who really loves Destiny says the game sucks. And I'm one of those people.
That is true. That is true. A lot of people don't. What was I saying? Yeah, a lot of people who actually have the game don't really like it at all.
They're just playing it because it's
the only loot game that they can play.
Yeah.
The only loot game they can play with their friends, I guess, outside of Division 2.
And there's the fact that Bungie knows how to make a fucking shooting game mechanics-wise.
Yeah, they do. They do. Bungie does know how to make a shooting game mechanics-wise. But, yeah.
Apparently they don't know what story is, and Halo was just a drug trip that happened once.
Yeah, once in their life, and they can't repeat the process for some fucking reason. Because I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain. It's never going to get out of my head. It's one of the dumbest fucking lines I've ever heard in my fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm never gonna stop with that shit. Even when you talk about it, like, Destiny has a good story. No, it doesn't. I don't have time to explain why I don't have time to explain.
That's a terrible story.
It's a shitty story.
But there's potential lore.
The lore is amazing, right? But if we ignore the lore for 2 seconds, right? There's literally nothing else about the goddamn game.
Yeah, and that is 100% true.
Without some boss ass shooting.
There's no falseness in your statement.
I know. I'm spitting fire. I'm almost dead. Also, Darkwave, hey, the Game Gear Mini, it may not be coming to America.
I'm not even going to acknowledge that fucking thing.
Why? You mean the thing that they said would be bigger than the PlayStation 5 announcement? I'm not gonna forget that.
I wish I could forget. This is PlayStation
5 announcement. Say if you don't go somewhere with that.
Game Gear Mini.
I honestly thought they was gonna say Sega Genesis 2 or some crazy shit. Nah, Game Gear Mini. If you don't get,
I don't know. Fuck.
Bro, it may come out. I know it's coming out in Japan in October, but the American and European release may be close by.
No.
oh no, that makes sense because of COVID restrictions.
Yeah. So, oh shit. Oh shit. Hey man, come on, man. I know that you'll get the game, man. One of the games.
What game?
No, I'm not.
What color are you getting, man? I know you're getting the color, bro. You gotta get a color.
Why would you want to do that to yourself?
I want to go blind. Don't you know, dude? I want to go blind. Also, for anybody getting Phantasy Star Online 2, the new Genesis, they themselves straight up said it's basically like a new game. And at this point,
Phantasy Star's in some shit right now.
What else is going on with them?
So a lot of people have been losing. So you know how you can buy gear and cosmetic stuff with in-game money.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people have been losing that, and they're not refunding these people their money. A friend of mine lost all her stuff, and they say that she sold it to an NPC shop, but she never did.
Oh, they robbing people.
And it's happening to a lot of people. Apparently.
Yeah, that is literally the worst thing you could do.
Literally theft.
That's literally stealing from everything. And that's actually kind of fucked up if you think about it. Oh, so yeah.
And basically at this point, there's no point in even playing PSO2 really, because you try to bring your character from the other one.
Yeah.
Well, you can, but they won't be properly leveled. Basically, you lose all your levels, you lose everything, basically.
Wait, what?
So if you bring over, so you know you can bring over your character.
Yeah.
You know you can bring over your character, but if you bring over your character, your levels, skill points, and all that shit doesn't carry over. So basically, you're starting from scratch.
Hey, well, get the fuck out of here. There's no point.
There's no point in even playing the first one at this point, honestly. Unless you just either you play the first one or you play the second one at this point.
That's fucking
I might
bullshit.
just wait to play the second one.
I also would probably just wait to play the second one, especially if it's free for Game Pass on Call of the Day, because I'm not paying for this game at all.
And PSO2 is free regardless, so.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. But it's the new.
There's no point in me. There's no point of me working my ass off to play a game to win. Basically, all my data and stuff is going to be irrelevant. And I got to start all over anyway. There's just no point.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of, now that we're still on Sega for a second, yeah, they're losing money, a lot of money. So apparently,
Who would have thought?
I mean, well deserved. Fucking Sega.
Hey, okay. First of all, Alien Isolation. Yeah, no, let's not bring that up. The Sonic franchise has not made them a lot of money. They pretty much sold.
Because the games have been shit.
Except for Mania. Mania is pretty good.
That's not even made by the Sega Sonic team. Well, it doesn't count.
Football Manager got them 900K units.
Who gives a shit? It's garbage.
Persona made them 100. Not
even Sega. That's Atlas. You not think Sega owns Atlas or is in partnership with Atlas or something?
It's one of those two, but they're making money off of. They're making a lot of money off of Persona. So Persona, we all know, is not going fucking anywhere. And of course, their Total War series is getting their money too. But who plays Total War at this point?
Exactly. Nobody.
This just in. I'm looking up the report. So, Mr. Galactic, you were right on the money. Turns out that Epic Games is also suing Google now too. Hello?
I'm here. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, he disappeared.
I'm here. I'm here.
Oh yeah, they're suing Google.
Who?
Epic Games is suing Google, my friend. Yep, they started suing them as of earlier today. Jesus Christ.
Epic, I think he said.
Yeah,
Epic.
That's crazy. So they are suing Google. They're automatically going to lose.
Yeah, which is funny because
What?
as I said, it's funny.
Cut out for me.
I said it's funny because I feel as though this is going to have a negative effect on everything that is happening, trickling down even to the Google Stadia. And the Google Stadia is going to start. I think that's going to suffer because of this, man. Excuse me. It's going to suffer. Wait, hold up. I'm looking at something else.
All right.
Are we lagging here? I think we're lagging.
My time to shine, Galactic. I
Hello?
am.
I think we're having a little bit of a lag spike here. Give me a second.
If he was cutting out, so I was going to take it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that lag spike is over. We're good.
Crazy ass lag spike.
Yeah, that was a fucking
Now
insane
you gotta
lag spike. It is.
Now you gotta do a bunch of editing.
Kinda. Slightly. Probably not. I'm not gonna edit shit. But,
Oh god.
You should take it back to the Google situation. You were saying Google actually is still. Epic is actually suing Google.
Yeah, Epic is suing Google as of earlier today. So, I mean, for the exact same reasons, Google took their game off of their store.
Yeah,
because Apple.
Yeah, because they have the same user agreement. Because they have a bunch of developers, and they have to go through them if they want to put something on the store. Whether you're a game developer or just a regular app, in-app purchases work that way. You have to go through the store. You can't have an in-app purchase that goes directly to you, and they don't get a cut. So, that violates the term of agreement, which is why Epic got banned off of both platforms.
Damn. So why is Epic suing if they got banned?
Because they think that they're in the right, that they deserve to have more of a cut, and they should be allowed to do what they just did. But they're clearly not. Like, does that sound right? If I'm coming to you and I'm letting you put your game on my platform, and I don't get any money off of it, does that sound right? Like, that doesn't sound right to me.
It doesn't sound right to me either. So, it's fair to say you side with Epic on this one.
I side with Apple and Google because Epic is being... I was about to say, Epic is being very greedy.
Epic is definitely being very greedy on this one.
Like, how much money are you making off Fortnite? Stop it.
Like, Jesus Christ, you can't take a lower cut. You can't chill out. Like, you have to specifically get the maximum amount of money.
And why now?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
They also did release a video on Fortnite or whatever, like a propaganda video. Like, I can look it up, but this is a podcast, so they're not even going to see it anyway.
Yeah, just put it in the. Of course, put it in the chat. When you get a chance. It's like that whole Nemesis thing. It just, to me, yeah. That same part when I put the Nemesis thing. And I mean Nemesis, the scary version of Nemesis. Speaking of games from the past, I wanted to talk about it. I recently saw Fear again. I like Fear. I was okay with 2, but 3 I liked. I like certain aspects of 3. Was there any old games you guys remember that kind of just died out? I know Galactic ain't gonna say shit because you don't got nothing. You're too young.
Old games that died. Fortnite.
What were you saying, Darkwave?
I was gonna say, well, to piggyback on yours, here was a game that I always enjoyed, and I wish that the third one had a better conclusion. But
shit was weird.
Well, because they fucking fucked up the storyline. Like, it went from what's her name? Alma being like pregnant and shit. I mean, she was still pregnant, but it just was fucking.
It was so fucking odd. Second, I still don't understand how she even got pregnant.
She fucked the dude in the second one.
How? I thought she was a spirit, man.
No. Well, yes, it's weird.
Yeah, thank you.
Think of her as like a. Think of her as like a. What's the word? What's a good word to say? A good word to describe Alma. As like a. What's a character that's like? I can't even think of a character that's like it off the top of my head. Like, people can see her if they have the telepathic, mind stuff that they had.
Yeah.
But and you can still see her if you didn't, because she was obviously killing people.
Yeah.
But it was weird because she wasn't necessarily she was a spirit because she was technically dead. But at the same time, it was like her psyche was controlling. It was weird. But basically, because Bennett, in the second one, was linked to her, he could physically like deal with her essentially. And just like her two sons, Paxton Patel and Point Man, they can all physically deal with her because they had the like spiritual shit. I used to remember what it was back in the game, but I don't remember now. But because of that, and because he was able to be with her physically, she was able to get pregnant by him.
Ooh.
And thus she did when he got trapped in the chair.
Yeah.
And then the third one, it was just like she was basically in labor the entire game.
Yeah, that shit was.
And she
weird.
Was retardedly overpowered. And then you get to her, and she just like, I get her being pregnant, but it was just so fucked. It felt like. Because Alma wasn't. What Alma was doing was completely justified. Like, her killing everyone like she did was completely justified if you remember the story. Like, these people were fucking ridiculous. So to be able to, for her killing people was fine, but
those people, innocent people, nah.
No, well, she was brutally raped and horrified, like. That Alma went through a shit ton of shit. I'm not saying, her killing innocent people makes her a good guy. Like,
yeah.
But she definitely,
and she did rape somebody at the literal end of the second game.
What? Yeah, but if you remember what happened to her, remember, she was tortured for like 15 years and shit in that room.
Yeah.
And she was left to die from her family, so she was basically pissed the fuck off.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna lie and say she's not.
The people she was killing, she did kill innocents.
Yeah.
Well, the soldiers and shit, but those soldiers were there to kill her and capture her, so she didn't have a choice.
Yeah. That part that makes sense. But
she did have two sons, technically three.
Yeah.
But it went from
that. The worst thing she's did to me was rape. What's his name at the end of part 2? And for you, Mr. Galactic. In the second game, at the end of the game, for the last boss fight, you're stuck in the chair. Alma comes and literally mounts you, and then you're in your mind fighting like a mental version of her, while in the physical world you're getting raped.
Well, you're fighting this dude named Keegan who was obsessed with her.
Yeah.
Who also got psychic abilities like you, but she chose you instead of him. He was pissed off. So you were basically subconsciously fighting him.
Yeah, while
getting raped. In between the fights, and in the fight, it would show her like straddling you and shit. It was weird.
Yeah, the shit. Hilarious.
Pissed me off.
I was just like, yo. And then in the third one, he is so scarred. Like,
well, yeah, and then he ends up getting raped.
This game sounds very interesting.
Fear 1
was great.
Amazing.
Fear 1 is the best in the series, in my opinion.
Fear 2 is.
But Fear 2.
Yeah.
I love Fear 2. But Fear 3, it wasn't even like. I didn't even like. It wasn't even good to me. Like, that's the thing about Fear 2. It wasn't even good.
Look. I put Fear 3 in the same category as I put Dead Space 3 and Resident Evil 6. They jumped the shark with their series a little bit too much.
Yeah. Especially fucking Fear 3. It's like, because I just feel like I'm more concerned. I was more pissed off with the outcome of her being in labor and all that stuff. It's just like, I felt like nothing was solved. You know, like, she did die, so I guess that does solve the issue. But it's like, I mean, he takes the kid, so now what? You know, like, he literally takes the kid.
All right, so in Fear 3, right? If so, prime example, you use both of the brothers. One is already dead, but he's a ghost, so he can't physically attack the enemies. And it's Paxton, right? Am I saying his name right?
Yeah, that's Paxton.
Yeah. So Paxton, if you used Paxton during the story mode, you can only possess other enemies and do what you can to kill the enemies. If you use Point Man, obviously it's a basic shooter. So essentially, if you played co-op, both of you have to try. It's like you're playing the campaign co-op, but whoever gets the most kills and most points during the game, their ending is the one that gets realized. If you get more points of Paxton, he kills Point Man at the end of the game and adopts the baby, and the baby is going to become like a new psychopath. If you're a Point Man, yeah, and eats armor. He does. If you use Point Man fucking finally kills Paxton again for the third time, and then fucking takes the baby and is going to raise the baby like a normal person while Alma dies after she gave birth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, no, the concept of the game was fucking cool. The game itself was fucking stupid.
If you're wondering what happened to the guy in the second game, well,
he after he went to mental therapy because he did get raped all of a couple of days prior to the third game, if I'm correct. I'm trying to remember if it was days or weeks.
I don't know.
Whatever. You
go see him, and well, Paxton gets his memories, and for that he has to die. So he sees everything that happened, and the dude from the second game basically blows up.
Yep. I will never forget that shit. He's like, she fucking raped me.
Yeah. Like I said, Fear 3's concept, like, the story was fine. I just felt like at the end of the game, I mean, and the gameplay wasn't as good as the first two to me, because I felt like what got Fear really going was the Alma parts of the game.
Yeah.
And you had some moments like that in Fear 3 with her child version of herself, but it wasn't like a lot.
Yeah.
And I felt like without that took out a major emphasis in the game. And then the ending, just for someone who's deep into the lore like I was, I didn't feel like satisfied, because Alma, and I don't know if Wildfang remembers, but I'll never forget in the first game when Alma blew me out of a damn window. Okay, that's when you first meet her in the first game. I had a vow I was gonna take a shotgun to her face, and I didn't get to do that. Nope. And then she just sits there and looks at you and dies, and it's like, okay, I mean, granted,
like, bro.
That's the canonical ending. That's the only reason why I keep saying, because it's the canonical ending.
Point Man's is the canonical ending?
Yes.
Oh shit.
That's the canonical ending. So basically, she just dies, and it's like, okay, if I like did something to fight her or something, granted, she didn't want to kill. I mean, she did, but she didn't want to kill her children.
And
but it's like
you fight that giant boss fight at the end of 3. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, well,
yeah,
why don't you just not do that and just lay down and die yourself, or just let me shoot you in the face?
I just feel like even if she did die like she did, I just didn't feel satisfied with how it ended.
Yeah,
because she basically was the focal point, and then she kind of became a non-factor. Like, yes, you heard her fucking in pain literally the entire game. All you hear her is moaning and screaming,
like,
and the world vibrating. But it's like she takes a back seat until literally the last like 5 minutes of the game, and then you find out that she's just laying there, pregnant. And it just didn't satisfy for me. But I did love the series, and I wish there was like continuations, because that baby is strong as shit. Like, Point Man and Paxton Patel were strong, and they were her kids as well. But she actually had another psychic entity to breed with, which was Beckett, who was strong in his own right. So you got Beckett and her kid, and now it's like, okay, so what happened? Like, how are they going to they just going to allow this to go on? Like, is Point Man, is the government going to allow this? Just stuff like it. I just wanted, I wanted more, like an epilogue or something, because I just felt like it felt incomplete. Like, she dies and that's it, basically. And he just walks off. It's like, what? Please fix? Like, please finish? But when they didn't do that, I was highly upset, and it just pissed me.
Yeah.
But I do recommend playing it if you never played it. Even though the third one was, in my opinion, the worst of the 3.
It literally is. It just had the best co-op concept. But as I straight up say, for games that are supposed to inspire fear and dread, it is literally stupid to put co-op in it. Hence why Dead Space 3 to me is like a dumb game. It's like,
Dead Space 3 kind of handled it well, because what's his name? The co-op dude.
Yeah.
The game basically changed if you played co-op or not.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of like. So basically, if you didn't play co-op, everything felt synced. Like, the dude wasn't really there. He was there in cutscenes.
Yeah, he cutscenes and then walked the fuck off. And I'm like, that is fucking odd. I don't care. It was a little jarring. I'm not going to fucking lie to you. It would be like, hey, man, so, all right, let's go here. All right, cool. See you later. Like, what the fuck?
And then when you play co-op,
he's like, let's go, buddy. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
When you play co-op, the games change a little bit.
Yeah.
The cutscenes alter to reflect that he's with you.
Yeah.
And you get certain other QTEs and shit. So it's like, it was interesting, but Fear 3 was definitely the worst of the series in that regard.
That's gonna be my goal.
What's gonna be your goal?
I'm gonna make the scariest co-op horror game.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, you gotta make it so that, 1, we're not fucking Resident Evil characters. 2, we don't have guns that are like shotguns and shit and whatever. And 3, it's really easy to just make it scary, bro. Just don't do any of the things. It's not an action game. Fear started off as a game that was a fusion of an action game and like The Ring. But the reason why Fear 1 worked out is because that AI and some of those enemies was so fucking scary, because these motherfuckers were great and the AI was really smart. When it came to like Alma herself, while she was barely like 100% in the game, but when she appeared, it was a situation you're like, holy mother of God, right? And again, she blows you out a fucking window. It was what? And Point Man gets up like it's nothing. Mind you, I like Point Man because that motherfucker does not speak for 3 games straight. You don't hear Point Man say a single goddamn word in the series, but you understand him. Hence why, like, by the end of 3, I was like, this motherfucker's so cool. Like, this man raised the gun to Alma as she was dying already, and then was like, fuck it, I don't have time for this. I'm gonna go raise this goddamn baby. That baby's not gonna know shit though, because Point Man hasn't spoken a word since he was a child, so that's gonna be funny.
All you know his name. All you know is Point Man.
Yeah, you don't know his real name. You just know Point Man. Paxton, on the other hand, that motherfucker was crazy. Like, Jesus Christ, why were you so crazy? And my only problem with Paxton is like, okay, so I liked Paxton in the first one. He was a menacing person, and then he died, and then he was in the expansion, in which he dies again, and it's like, okay, and then there's the fucking third game, where he's already dead, and then you kill him again, and I'm like, okay, we never need to bring this man back again, because it doesn't make any sense for this man to be. He did not need to be in 3 fucking things. I'm being dead ass when I say that.
He was technically the main villain, because
yeah,
I mean, I don't know what the main villain, but technically,
yeah, Paxton took over, and I get it.
Like, yeah,
and I get it. But in part 3, I'm not gonna lie to you, I did not like the bullet hole in his head. He looked really stupid.
Right, man.
I didn't like the fact that he was red and he always had the bullet hole. But if there's one thing I can say about Fear 3, though, I still like the cover of the game. I really do.
The cover of the game is great.
The cover of the game looks amazing. But
I said, Fear 3 had some interesting concepts, but it didn't capitalize really on it.
Yeah. I still wish they were. I do wish they kind of cleaned it up a little bit. We'll see what happens in the future. But I did want to bring Fear up because I was looking at stuff earlier. I was looking at like the old Max Payne games. I miss those games too. What else was I thinking of? What other
game? The old Condemned game was good.
Yeah. Condemned 1 was good. Condemned 2 was batshit stupid. I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you, bro. Also published by Sega, if you haven't realized it.
But Sega is on a shit list for me. They've been on a shit list for me for quite some time.
Hey, yo, they've been on a shit list from you for years.
Because they can't. They just don't do shit.
Oh, Sonic and Mario in the Olympics. Like, what the fuck is this?
How do you... But they're on the shit list with me because they're fucking retarded. The things that they say doesn't make sense. Oh, we don't release certain games because the American audience doesn't buy them or whatever bullshit excuses. Like, well, if you stop making shit games, maybe, we would actually care to buy your shit. Well, you ever made a good Sonic game since Sonic Generations? Like, Lost World? No. The recent one? What was it? Sonic, whatever the recent one was called.
Forces?
Yeah, that shit was not good. It was average, but below average, but it wasn't good. And it's like, you don't make good Sonic games. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't make really. I mean, the games you do make that are decent only come out in Japan. You held Phantasy Star all over there for God knows how long because reasons. Still would love to know why PlayStation still does not have that game. Boggles my fucking mind. I know the real logistics reason, but let's face it.
What is the logistics reason? I genuinely want to know.
Microsoft paid for the English dubs, I guess, or paid, for some exclusivity for it. But it's like, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like Sega's had gold mining games for years, and yet you either keep it in Japan. Like apparently some of the, I know one of the Fist of North Star games got localized. You've had that game for years.
Yeah, the Yakuza.
And then you finally bring them over, but it's like by that point, who gives a shit?
I mean, I like that game. That game was pretty good.
Yeah, but look how long it took to come out to the States.
Oh yeah, long time.
Like no one wants to sit here and wait fucking 30 years for a game to launch in the fucking States. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And again, Sega just does not make like their bread and butter is Sonic. And I love Sonic to death, I really do, but the games are garbage.
You know
And
what
then
the
you give me
problem?
these excuses.
I'm sorry, but you know what the problem with the with Sonic? They don't stick to one formula for very long. They tend to try to change it up every time.
Yeah.
And it like
The thing is, what now? You gotta even ask yourself now. Like, Mario has done basically everything, so they do, if another Sonic game. What's like the best formula for them to do a Sonic game?
the Lost
They
World.
Like,
need to
what's
just
the best?
let
But that's the thing.
Nintendo
Lost World was
do it.
trash.
Lost
Not
World-
really well received.
Lost World wasn't well received,
Wasn't it?
but that game was more unique than any Sonic game that's come before it. And all they had to do was build and build and build. But these motherfuckers keep going backwards, and it doesn't make any logical sense. Oh
I say
man,
give the IP to Nintendo.
yes,
Full-time Nintendo studio.
yes. Give Sonic Team to Nintendo. Call it the fucking day. Let Nintendo take care of it, because they could make Sonic a good game. Because at this point, it's actually getting on my goddamn nerves that fan games are better than the fucking actual games. I like fucking Sonic, right? Love them for years. But you know what bugs me is when I'm going, well, this game is obviously shit. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Hey man, Sonic Mania was cool.
Sonic Mania.
Yeah, but it wasn't made by Sonic.
It wasn't
Team,
made
so
by
it doesn't
Sonic
count.
Team. That's a fan game that got lit by Sega. Like, legit. It was a fan game. Christian Whitehead made the fucking game. And their music and the game is so much better than the actual Sonic game. It literally makes you go, why the fuck did you do this?
I feel like they need to go back to the adventure formula, honestly. Those were their best games in the series. They just keep tightening up that fucking camera.
All they have to do, and I say this, and again, they did take one formula and just build upon it. All they had to do was find a game. Instead, you know what they did after Lost World? Can anybody tell me what they did after Lost World?
Back to the generation style of the game,
No.
which was Forces.
Nope. There's something that came out before Forces.
Sonic Boom.
Exactly.
Trash.
They fucking Sonic Boom themselves. And that shit was so fucking bad and disgusting that they tried Sonic Boom 3 different times and it failed horribly. We got Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, Shadow Crystal, and then Fire and Ice. And I was like, Fire and Ice is actually good, but it's not really good. It's just average at best. Mediocre slightly. The fuck is wrong with these people?
Because they don't know what the fuck they don't even know what they want to do with Sonic himself at this point. At this point, they don't even know what to do because they think that Sonic
to
is.
Nintendo.
I mean, even Nintendo probably couldn't save Sonic at this point. The reputation for Sonic is such in shitter right now that
Yo,
I think
it would
if
take.
Sonic
It
was
would
announce
take
a game, people would be like, it's gonna be shit.
if
Yeah, the
Nintendo
reputation was-
took it over and said it was a reboot, I'm sure people would be down.
No?
How the
I
fuck
don't
can you
think they
reboot
would.
Sonic?
What do you mean, how do you reboot Sonic?
What the fuck? You can't
They
reboot
would
that
have
shit.
to. They would have to call it a reboot, just so people don't affiliate it with the Sega Sonic Team ones.
All right,
And even if they would just start from whatever.
bro.
Maybe Nintendo would probably make it 3D, knowing Nintendo, and then they would do what they do.
You're probably right. I want to say you're right, but at the same time, I kind of want to say I don't think they can fix it, bro.
I'm positive, and I think Nintendo could fix a Sonic if they got Sonic IP, and they said they can make their own Sonic games. Nintendo not only would jump on that real quick, but they would make probably the best Sonic game to this day.
You know,
maybe.
but I feel as though somebody else would probably do a better job. You know what?
It depends on the formula that they want to do. Do they want to do a Sonic Adventure formula? Do they want to do a Sonic Generations formula?
Yeah, if they do Generations formula, all they have to do is tighten it up. Because Forces has some tight gameplay. and then sometimes it doesn't, which is fucking stupid. In Infinite, oh my god, was he such a disappointing bitch. What the fuck was Infinite? Oh, I'm mad because Shadow beat me one time, so I'm edgy. Like
that's another person too that needs to be. That's another person they need to fix. They need to fix Shadow the Hedgehog before they do any damn thing.
Yo, they need to cut out some of these characters. Okay, keep it to Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, probably Shadow. Like I don't give a fuck about nobody else.
I wouldn't even keep Shadow at this point. Shadow was literally the worst character in the series.
Nah,
because they fucked him up. Because they. No, you don't need Shadow. No, you don't need Shadow. You need any more than Shadow. Shadow, listen, Shadow was great in Sonic Adventure 2. He had the best story out of anybody. In the outside, maybe the Knuckles like past stuff. Out of anyone in Sonic, gaming history. I'm not going to go into the comics, but they fucked that up. They fucked it up.
They definitely did.
I try to give Sonic Heroes a slight pass because the clone thing, because it does make sense that Robotnik Eggman would clone Shadow. It just makes sense. So I tried to give it a pass.
And then Shadow the Hedgehog fucked it up.
Exactly. Then we get Shadow the Hedgehog. 10 fucking
Shadow
endings.
With the glick. Shadow with the
10 fucking endings. And then the mechanical ending doesn't even make sense. And it just shits all over his story.
Oh my god. And then at the end, Dr. Robotnik says, Shadow, I have something to tell you. You are the real Shadow. I found your body. I was like, wait a minute. I thought, what? Where did you find this body?
And it's just like, they had a perfect character. Like, if you was going to go through the motions of Shadow being,
the anti-Sonic,
a clone, but that's another thing too. He's not even like Sonic's like real fucking rival. He's not even close in my opinion. Like they always say, Shadow is Sonic's best rival. It really isn't.
Simply because Shadow was born 50 years before Sonic was even a thought.
Exactly, like, he doesn't give a shit about Sonic. Knuckles will always be Sonic's best rival because they're literally the polar opposites of each other. Knuckles has envy for Sonic because Sonic can do stuff Knuckles can they kind of made it a little bit less taxing for Knuckles because he kind of did the whole treasure hunter thing, but before, he was stuck on that fucking island forever. Or not forever, but he was pretty much stuck. Where Sonic can go free, Knuckles could not. As people would say, Sonic was a wind. Yeah, Sonic was the wind and Knuckles was the mountain. That's that's the original sayings. Which is why, they were the perfect rivals for each other. Speed versus power, such and so on and so forth. Shadow did not need to be thrown into this, he's the best Sonic rival. No. He was great for Sonic Adventure 2. He came in, he did what he had to do. He basically lived out Maria's dream, sacrificing himself to save the world, and he should have died. I loved Shadow, but when you have a great story like that, he should have stayed dead. Now, if you want to put him in racing games and stuff like that, that's fine. But as far as the storyline, he should have died. Instead, he just stayed there, and it's just sad.
And he keeps coming back. And
exactly.
And then there was let's add Silver. Now I like Silver, but in Sonic 06 he was pretty terrible.
He's the worst character to play as, and at least I give them credit with Silver. He never came back, at least in important shit.
Yeah, he was there in Sonic Forces for some reason. In which Sonic Forces is still the most disappointing fucking waste of villains. I'm like, do I get to fight Chaos again?
Yeah, well, he was in Sonic Forces, but Silver was so literally, what happened with Sonic is the same thing that kind of happened with Dragon Ball Z. They just loaded the whole thing with hedgehogs because hedgehogs are the only special thing, which is bullshit. It doesn't make sense. It will never make sense ever.
Does anybody remember Sonic Shuffle?
Sonic what?
Oh my god, one of the fucking dumbest. They tried the Mario Party and it failed because the game didn't make no goddamn sense. The RNG in that game was so fucking bad. Oh my God. I'm
So
sorry
what
for
part
interrupting you.
of just give it to Nintendo? Don't people understand?
Look, man.
Just come on, someone.
You know what I want to see? I want to see. Give it to Capcom.
No,
Resident Evil engine, bro.
no.
Oh,
Hey. Resident Evil engine, bro. Come on, bro.
Will we go see Sonic? No.
the movie was actually decent though. I will say that. Before.
That's
That
the
was actually
funny
a pretty
part.
good
The movie was actually decent, and then because Harley Quinn failed, people kept trying to say that Sonic had some homophobic and sexist shit in it, and then people was looking at the movie like, where? And
Now,
yeah,
I tell people all the time how this series of movies needs to go. There needs to be 3 movies. Only 3 movies. You have this one here, great.
yeah,
The
great.
next movie, it needs to be Sonic versus Knuckles, leading to Knuckles turning babyface essentially
Yep.
at the end of it. 3rd movie, Tails, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails teaming up against Metal Sonic. It writes itself. Everything writes itself to bring in Metal Sonic. Robotnik has the hair, that little piece of hair from Sonic. He can use that shit. He can make Metal Sonic. It writes itself. After those 3 movies, done. I don't need to see Shadow. I don't even need to see Amy. Even though I love Amy.
We're probably going to see Amy in the second one. I'm not going to cap.
I mean, that's fine. I'm fine with that. But Knuckles needs to be the main villain.
Which is probably going to happen. It's probably going to be Amy, Tails, Sonic against Knuckles.
True.
Because his clan is already in the
Yeah.
game. I mean, in the movie. So
Yeah.
it writes itself for him to go after Sonic. It's perfect. Now, can you do it to where Robotnik tricks him?
Yeah.
I mean, that can be fine, but it needs to be, Sonic versus Knuckles. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. It really isn't. It has to be. The second one has to be that.
Well, seeing that they're automatically going to do a second one. Yeah. But enough of Sega.
Let's move on to Google. Back to Google.
Oh God, what do they do now?
Their free pro trial gives Stadia app a short-lived boost. Yay!
Oh, a win for Google Stadia?
Yay! Finally a dub, but it's not gonna it's not gonna do shit.
Was this one for like
1 in
5
20
at this point?
20. Let's be realistic. It's like 1 in 20, Chief. Okay, let's move on to the main event here of tonight. If anybody else have anything else they wanted to say.
No.
Okay. Now,
All right.
Okay, seriously though. Halo Infinite. It got delayed.
Oh man. Okay, so Halo Infinite, right? Ooh, Microsoft.
Hold up. We gotta read the reason why first, and then yeah. Hold up.
I don't even need to know why.
Okay. Let me go find the thing that they said. What the fuck? Who's playing Devil May Cry?
I'm not playing Devil. It's my PS4.
Yeah, why is your PS4 next to your face?
It's not, but
You know that was a joke. You know that was a joke.
yeah, but no.
Okay. Let's go over this, and then I'm gonna let you finish your thought. It says, today I want to share an important Halo Infinite development update with the community. We have made the difficult decision to shift our release to 2021 to ensure that the team has adequate time to deliver a Halo game experience that meets our vision. The decision to shift our release is the result of multiple factors that have contributed to development challenges, including the ongoing COVID-related impact. Wait, what is that? COVID-related impacts affecting us all this year. I want to acknowledge the hard work from our team at 343 Industries, who have remained committed to making a great game, finding solutions, development challenges. However, it's not sustainable for the well-being of our team, the overall success of the game to ship this holiday. We know this will be disappointing to many of you, and we will share in that sentiment. The passion, support of the community has shown our years, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the rest of that. It's just saying thank you for, supporting and understanding. Go ahead. What were you going to say, Galactic?
So, Microsoft. I just want to. I want to go back to what was a couple weeks ago when we were talking about how Microsoft should have waited to reveal all their games because what they just showed me was just a bunch of teasers. If Microsoft, it just makes that statement even worse now because Microsoft absolutely needed Halo Infinite to make some sort of impact at launch, right? Because now all we're going to be playing is our Xbox One games that we already own with Game Pass,
Pretty
and
much.
our backwards compatible games that we already own with Game Pass. So, what was so difficult about just, I don't know, maybe delaying the Xbox, not only the conference, but the whole system itself to drop alongside with Halo? I don't think it would have hurt Microsoft at all to let Sony drop first. In fact, if they let Sony drop first and then undercut them like they were planning to do anyway, which we all know that Microsoft is going to try and undercut Sony price-wise, and Sony's trying to do the same thing, which is why we don't have a price yet. If they just let Sony drop their system first, be out for a while, and then come through the gate swinging, and just imagine, come with me here, right? They just didn't show any of the gameplay that they showed so far for their next gen stuff.
Yeah.
They let their studios develop up a good demo with gameplay.
Yeah.
So we have the teaser plus the gameplay, and just about the week or the month before Halo was getting ready to drop alongside the system.
Yeah.
If they had dropped all the conference, dropped the price, it was $100 less than Sony, then dropped Halo Infinite alongside the Series X and the rumored cheaper console with an even cheaper price point, Microsoft would have royally fucked Sony if they did that. But no, so they were so scared that they were like, we need to release all of our hands right now. We need to do everything right now, and we're rushing to get things done because if we don't get our foot forward first, we're going to lose to Sony. Well, you're so scared of losing to Sony that you lost to Sony. Look at that.
That is true.
I don't understand why. If you're looking at the decisions that they just made, they kind of just fucked themselves because now what do they have at launch? What? Oh, we have backwards compatible games to the Xbox original. All right, so nothing new. I don't know about most people. Most people maybe want to cut their old games on, but me, once I play a game and I decide I'm done with the game, I can never play the game again. It just doesn't work. I don't know. It's the same things with movies. I don't rewatch movies. I watch movies one time, and that's it for me. I don't need to see it a million times. Once I'm done, I'm done.
I mean, that makes sense.
So, yeah, you can have backwards compatibility and have that option, but if you have nothing new to offer alongside of it, and you're just offering me a Game Pass, why am I buying your new Series X? It's even worse now, because there's absolutely nothing to play at launch. There's no point in getting a Series X if you have an Xbox One. Or hell, if you just have the xCloud, Because now if I have xCloud, I don't even need the system. because there's not going to be anything new out.
Ooh.
And xCloud can handle these older games, I think. So what's what's that? What is making me buy your system? Sony has done a good job of showing people why you want to buy a PS5. Some people disagree with what Sony has showed so far, or some things they've shown, like or said, like the PS4 controller thing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's
personally
still funny
think
to me.
that shouldn't have been an option, in my opinion. They might as well have just said, "Nah, PS4 controller is not backwards compatible." People would have been fine with that over it's compatible with just PS4 games. But at least Sony,
and we got Spider-Man for Avengers, and as Darkwave said very ever so fervently on the last podcast, you don't even have the Spider-Man game. Who cares?
it's just like, okay, so Sony's over here showing us things that get us excited for the console, and Microsoft did show some things to get people excited, especially Halo. I think Halo is the thing that a lot of people, and most people I saw were excited for, even though some people were tripping over how the graphics were downgraded a little bit. But if I'm looking forward to having Halo at launch, because that's why I'm buying your Series X, and then you tell me it's delayed, why should I buy it until Halo drops? I don't understand. Especially if I have an Xbox. It's like even worse if you have an Xbox One console at this moment. Yeah. Because it's just like you're going to be playing the exact same games that you are playing right now. There's absolutely no reason, unless you're like a speed freak, a graphic freak that needs to have the top of the line graphics. But even then, the Xbox One X, or even the regular Xbox One, is actually pretty decent graphics wise. So I don't understand.
Yeah, this delay literally made me go, well, I'm not buying.
Just delay the whole system.
Yeah,
delay
for me,
the whole system.
The system's been delayed until Halo's release. Not even gonna lie to you, because at this point now I feel as though I don't need it, because I'm gonna be playing the same games, and again I can just play on my rig, play on my fucking Xbox, call it a day. Now I have no reason to get that fucking One X, not One X, Series X, because I was gonna trade in my Xbox One X. Obviously get Halo, and obviously, but now
you don't know what to do.
Now I'm just like, well, I'm not going to waste my motherfucking time and just continue what I was going to do with the PlayStation, which I have a couple games I want to play on it, like Godfall, but
I might as well just get a PlayStation, right?
Yeah.
In fact, it's funny because all the jokes right now is like, I don't see anybody going, "Yo, you buying me that Series X?" Everyone's like, hey, they're talking to their girlfriends. "Oh, you gonna buy me that PS5?" Like, when it comes, I'm not hearing anyone say Series X out of their mouth anymore. And it's just like, it's just Microsoft shooting themselves in the foot by jumping the gun when they could play the waiting game. They're too busy jumping ahead of Sony and trying to get their best stuff out first, or too busy trying to be petty at Sony, like, "Oh, look, our controllers are backwards compatible." Instead of saying stuff like that, just delay, make sure everything's coming out at the right time. Like, I understand that, unfortunately coronavirus is a thing, but when you make somebody a promise and then that promise is broken, a lot of people are going to be upset. I personally don't see Microsoft bouncing back in the battle of just lead up with next gen. I don't see Microsoft bouncing back for a year now, until like the end of 2021.
Pretty much.
Like, I think it was dead even in my humble opinion. It was not, if not dead even, it was like very close.
Yeah.
And now this is just like something that pushes Microsoft way back. Unless this rumored next Microsoft show, like apparently Microsoft has more to show.
Of course.
Which I believe they do, because they bought so many studios. Of course they have more to show. If this next conference shows some good launch titles, which they're going to have to force one of these studios to make a launch title, and how much you want to bet that launch title is going to be bad because they rushed them to make it for launch, instead of letting them finish regularly like they were planning to do. I bet that Microsoft is they're just fucked at this point. They're fucked. They fucked themselves.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm gonna have to agree to that. I feel as though, like I said, when you lose your killer app, it's almost like, I mean, if you can't lose your killer app and then expect people to be like, all right, I'll wait, like,
yeah, it's okay. It's like if Sony came back on their word right now and said, "Yo, we're not launching with Spider-Man Miles Morales," then I'm not buying your PS5 right now. That's one of the main reasons I'm buying the system off jump. I want to play Spider-Man.
yeah.
I'm
not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right now, they did say something about having to play Spider-Man over again. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna have to skip straight to the Miles story. And I'm like,
why would you have to play Spider-Man over again if the Miles Morales is a standalone title?
They said it's an expansion. Some people say it's a standalone. I'm very confused.
It's a standalone. Sony had to come out and confirm it. Oh. So it's a standalone, but it's in the same universe. It's like the same Miles Morales.
I know.
So it's not a Spider-Man 2, but it's also not a DLC.
Okay, that makes sense. That's going to be fun. But like I said, it's going to be this is going to be hard by the end of the year, because I feel as though PlayStation 5 just literally got the edge, because they're like, well, we got these games, none of them are delayed, and they're already close to being finished. We're good. While Xbox was like, yo, some of these games are still in development, some of these are coming out. Like Hellblade 2, like anybody's gonna really play that fucking game and who likes that game, but I'm done with that company. But like I said, I wanted to be impartial this time and just get both of the consoles, but at this point I have no reason to get the console, because all the games, like you said, are coming out on my Xbox. And because I'm a frequent Game Pass guy, I literally have no reason to buy it, and I won't be doing nothing with my Series X, and it will collect dust. I want to be playing games with my Series X. So that's why I'm a little like upset right now. I'm just like, bro.
To be fair, you could be playing games with your Series X. You just don't have a reason to do so yet.
Yeah, I mean, I have an Xbox One X, and again, I have a gaming rig with the Game Pass on it too. I have two different consoles at this point, where I can literally play all the games that are on Game Pass for free. I haven't paid for an Xbox game for years. And xCloud, bro. Like, I literally am playing on my PC. I've been playing Yakuza. I've been playing The Messenger. And on my Xbox, I literally sometimes cut it on to try to play Cuphead, but that game is too fucking hard. Like, Jesus Christ. But like, at this point, I'm gonna have to give the point to Sony, because they're like, well, we have this and it's coming out here, and guess what? You're gonna play it day one. And it's like, oh yeah, Sony gave me a reason to get a console, which is another thing that Nintendo does all the time. It's like, Nintendo goes, hey, you're gonna buy a console. Why am I buying your console? Because we have this. Oh shit, I'm buying your console. Like, Jesus Christ. Hell, even Nintendo, when the Switch first came out, that was like Mario Odyssey. You gotta wait like 4 months, so you're good. Just go buy it in 4 months. It's like, okay, and you can wait them 4 months. You got some fucking fire games around launch. It's getting sad at this point. I'm just like, yo, why can't we all just be as simple as Nintendo? They announce their shit like this, or they show off more gameplay than not in the goddamn games. Okay, at this point, it's really annoying to see previews well in advance before them being done. That's actually getting on my goddamn nerves. I'm not even gonna fucking lie to you. Darkwave, do you have anything to say on this shit?
I look at it like this, man. Sony is, I mean, both of them are fucking up, honestly.
Oh yeah, completely honestly. Yeah.
But I mean, Sony was gonna have I guess, heads up anyway.
Head start.
Because of the simple fact, head start, because they had the momentum.
Yeah. PS4 had the momentum.
PS4 had the momentum, and as I've been telling people all the time, especially now, the way the console race is going to go, it's going to be exclusives versus crossplay. So, Xbox, I mean, they're banking on the fact that you can play with everyone else, and that the third party games will run better on Xbox One X or Series XR. That's what they're banking. Will it work? Probably not. But we will just have to see. I mean, I have nothing else to really say. All I can tell you is that Sony's what's going to already have the momentum regardless. What's going to be a head start regardless because of the momentum the PS4 had.
I believe Deathloop is also another launch title.
For what console?
PS5.
Really?
I believe so.
I thought Deathloop was cross-platform play. I mean, not cross. Was
No, Deathloop
oh my god! Deathloop is on PS5 and Windows.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No. I thought it was on Xbox.
No.
I mean, Windows, Xbox, and Windows are basically the same fucking thing at this point.
Oh, it's timed exclusive.
Yeah, it's timed exclusive, yeah.
Which is, again, that's all I can say on that. Like, stop this.
Apparently, Siege will be Siege, Destiny, and then all the sports games are going to be launched for PS5. Godfall, maybe launch PS5.
Isn't Godfall a launch?
I believe. And then Assassin's Creed is launch for both.
Yeah, Godfall is a release because they're saying late 2020, which yeah. But as I said about Godfall, and we said that's the last podcast, or me and Darkwave said it's the last podcast. It's a looter game, so I'm gonna wait a second.
And,
I'm good at my first PS5 game, but
you said what?
I'm getting it with the PS5 when I buy it. But my I said last time, my score is already like at starting off at a 4.
Yeah,
it has to improve from there because it is a looter game. So
yeah. So but legit, like I said, and again, I hope and pray to God that they didn't react horribly to people saying that the graphics for Halo was shit. Because to me, I didn't get that graphics thing actually. Would anybody be able to explain why people were getting mad at the graphics for it? They
showed the face of one of the monsters and looked shitty.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Well, there's Craig the Brood or whatever his name is. But no, that's so with the first. If you remember the first teaser trailer they showed,
yeah, I just
the very first one,
yeah,
the one with Master Chief in the spaceship talking to the guy,
yeah.
If you watch that trailer and then you go watch the Halo Infinite gameplay,
yeah,
it's not to say it's obvious, not obviously, but if you noticed, it's downgraded. If you're paying attention, if your eyes if you were looking for it, it's downgraded, and people are upset over that because Microsoft, they promised a certain thing, and that's not what they're getting. Again, this is what I was saying earlier. If you promise someone something, and that's not what they're delivered, at the end of the day, no matter who you are, you're going to be mad.
Yeah,
you're not going to be happy.
Yeah, you're gonna be a little bit peeved, and I understand that part, and because I'm not. You guys know me. I'm not a graphics guy. I don't really care as long as your graphics ain't fucking butt ugly. By the way, I put 2 pictures in the chat. I want you guys to look at that shit. And for the podcast people watching, I want to put one of them in the fucking podcast so they can see this shit. Because this shit is.
I can't look at it currently, but.
Let's just say when you see it, you're gonna laugh your ass off. It's the Brute's face.
Oh yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Leave Craig alone, bruh.
Yo, one is the Brute's face next to Optimus Primal from from Beast Wars, and one says PS5, you see Thanos, and one says Xbox, and you see that brute. That's just goddamn funny. That's real funny. But yeah, I didn't notice that, so I didn't notice the controversy on that one. I mean, it makes sense on why people are a little pissed, especially seeing that brute up close like that. Oh Lord, that is hideous. Oh Lord, the memes that came out of this.
Yeah, you didn't know about Craig the Brute?
No, I didn't know, man. I did. Again,
even Phil Spencer came out and said he's the official Microsoft mascot now. Was that Phil Spencer? Somebody said it on Twitter.
Yo.
Somebody on Team Xbox said that.
Yo. Why did they do this?
For fun, man.
Yo, Greg the Brute became popular because, oh Lord Jesus. That is not funny, son. That's so fucked up. I put another one in the chat, so when you guys get a chance, y'all go ahead and look at that. But yeah, and
is it Greg? I thought it was Craig.
Whatever, Greg, whatever the hell this is. This is the funniest thing ever. Especially when they put your face on the moon in Majora's Mask. Game over. You win. That's all I'm saying. What was I saying? Oh yeah. But yeah, for me, I am one of the people that's slightly disappointed, and I know somebody else that is slightly disappointed. I know a couple people are gonna probably hear this and be like, "Nah, bro, it's not that big of a deal." Blah blah blah. But when I honestly say I genuinely wanted to play Halo, and then I wanted to enjoy my Series X, but at the end of the day, I don't have a reason to enjoy a Series X right now when I can just get a Series X in 2021 and shave off some money, build up for a Series X and get Halo at the exact same time while trading in my Xbox One at the same time. Yeah. Is that it for everybody, or are y'all good? Y'all have anything else y'all want to get off your
No, pretty much every.
I don't have no epic rants this week.
Oh wait, no. The last thing I can think of is basically the cheaper version of the Series X is confirmed because Microsoft is about to start releasing. Somebody leaked the packaging of their new controller, because the new controller is supposed to launch aside xCloud, like how Stadia works.
Yeah.
So Microsoft is stepping on Google's neck, but that's besides the point. On the back of the controller, it's a Series X Plus cross Series S, I think, like a slash, meaning they did confirm that there's going to be a cheaper console by looking at that controller box. There's that.
This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, maybe you just get yourself a Series S or whatever the hell they're gonna finalize that name as, and
get
rid of the Xbox One.
Yeah, man. And then there's one more thing. One more thing. I actually have to say this. That Fast and the Furious game.
No. That game was canceled before.
Before
anything.
What, man?
As soon as it popped up on the screen, and it looks like a PS2 game.
Bro, that game was obviously going to be hot fire, son. What are you talking about, son?
No.
Yeah, if you ever get a chance, just look up the reviews to the game, and you will get some of the funniest gold.
It can't be as bad as the Golf Simulator memes with Last of Us 2.
Oh, bro.
It's worse?
It is worse. Here's one. I'm really sick of this industry still treating their players like they're 12 and just brain dead. This is a PS2 title. Oh shit. From the start to end of the game, things aren't what they seem. They crack up to be a game, and it really seems like that this is not a freaking Xbox or PlayStation game. This is clearly a PS2 game.
It looks like a PS2 game. Like who did this? Did
Hey,
they do that
one
on
person
purpose?
really put a 5-star review and tried to make it a good review. Oh lord, no. I only played the first scene as I am so disappointed. For $100, this game was worth it. Outdated graphics, a lack of gameplay info when you start up, terrible handling on the cards. And after being so excited for this game, I now just want to leave it sitting in a cupboard. Don't waste your money.
I mean, like just.
Ayo, it says Bandai
guess.
Namco. Are you guys in 2001? This game is either not ready or someone found it in the basement in a box of left employee stuff. Outdated graphics.
Bandai Namco made that shit.
Namco.
Man, it must have been their. It must have been their D team then making that shit. Holy shit.
Yeah,
D team. It was their F team.
Shit.
They published it, son. Slightly Mad Studios developed this shit.
Oh.
And the funny thing is, not just one part of Namco published it. Europe and the regular Namco Bandai, he published it. So they both saw the game and was like, yeah, bruh, this is going to be fine.
You know why they published it, right? Because they knew people wouldn't buy because they Fast and Furious.
Exactly. I was going to get a lot of hate for this, but oh man, I don't like a Fast and Furious. I don't care for it. I get a lot of hate when I say that, but that's whatever.
I mean, I get it. Fast and Furious has literally gotten stupid over the years.
No, I just never liked it, never cared.
Yeah, it literally got stupid over the years. Hold up. Slightly Mad Studios made Project Cars and Ferrari Racing Legends and Shift 2 Unleashed, Need for Speed,
I've heard of none of them.
BMW Challenge. What the fuck are these games?
Trash.
Need for Speed Shift 2? What the fuck? Project Cars? Red Bull Air Race? The Return of the Ultimate Driver, Project Cars 2? Alright.
Hey, we gotta end this podcast here, man.
Yeah, well, I'm about to end it now.
We need to get to the wrestling one, now. Because there's some interesting things going on with SmackDown.
Okay, I'm gonna have to call it a day here. I hope everybody enjoys the game podcast. We're done here, and can't wait to get to it. It is break time.